Hey, and welcome back to another HTML video. Today we're going to be going over links, and these are pretty important because these are the foundation of web browsing or web surfing. They are what allow you to click on a button or specific text, and then when you click on there, it takes you to another web page. And this is achieved by using a new HTML element called an A tag. So whenever you have an opening and closing A tag, any text that's put in the middle is what you'll see on the screen, and whenever you click that, that's what directs you over to another web page. And we're also going to be introduced to a new terminology, and that's called an HTML attribute. And in this case, our first one is going to be called href, which stands for hypertext reference, and that's where you have to actually specify the web page you want the user to be directed to. Okay, so here we have an example A tag. As you can see, we have an opening and closing A tag. We have MSN, which is the text that you'll see on the screen, and we have what's in red. That's what we're assigning to the href attribute. And so whenever we click on the text MSN that's in white, it's going to direct us to msn.com because we're specifying in the attribute that's the link we wanted to take. That's the link we wanted to direct us to. So again, we always have an opening and closing tag, but this time is different because we have an href attribute, which is highlighted in green, and we specify the web page we want us to go to, and then the text MSN is what you'll see on the screen. Whenever a user clicks on that, it'll take them to that web page. Okay, so we've seen the A tag, we've seen a new attribute, and what we're going to do is we're going to get right into the coding. And we're actually going to create several HTML files because I'm going to show you how you can link to another web page within the same website. And it's not done quite the same as just specifying a URL. And a URL is what you would type in the address bar, like google.com or msn.com or facebook.com. So that's just called the URL. All right. So let's begin coding. We're going to start with the doc type. Have an opening and closing HTML tag. Also, if you're using Notepad++, if you just go up here to language, go to the H, then click on HTML. All right, that'll give you the syntax highlighting. Okay, so we're gonna have an opening and closing head tag. In the middle, we're gonna have a title, and we're gonna call this link demo. I'm very original with names. Okay, and then we need a body tag and a closing body tag. Okay, so we're gonna create a first a tag. So we're gonna do opening a tag with an href attribute, and we're gonna put in here http www.msn.com MSN as the text that's going to go in between the A tag. The MSN text what goes in between opening and closing A tag. So first, let's save this on my desktop as a link demo.html. And let's open it up first. Okay, so this is what you see. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, so msn.com. When we click on this, that takes us to msn.com. Okay, perfect. It worked. So let's create another one. Let's have it. Yeah, we just go to google.com. Okay. So again, opening and closing a tag, href attribute. That's what directs us. That's what tells the browser what specific web page we want it to go to. Okay. So we're gonna save this. Actually, let's make it a little bit better. Let's put an h1 tag above the a tags and just call it link demo again, because I'm so original. All right, so whenever we save that, open up your link demo again. Okay, it doesn't matter how it looks. This is just for demo. So then if we hit google.com, there we go, google.com. Perfect. All right, so now we've seen the A tags direct us to another actual web page, but that's when we go. That's when we go to another URL that's not on the same site. So we're going to create a couple more HTML files, and we're going to put them in the same folder, and we're going to have them. We're going to have like a home page, and it's going to link to just two other pages. All right. So you can go up here and hit the new button. I think you can hit Control. Yeah, you can do Control N. Appears like a little white sheet with a green plus sign. And if you want, you can even come over here, Control A to highlight everything, Control C to copy. Come over here, Control V, paste it. And let's call this the About page. Okay, so all I've done here is copied what we just did for the link demo HTML file, copy and pasted, got rid of all the A tags, and just changed the title and the H1 tag just to say About page. So if we can go ahead and hit Save As, and we're going to call this About.html. Okay, we're going to create another one. Well, we can actually just copy the About.html file, and then we'll just paste it over here. So it's highlight everything with Control A, Control C copies, come over here, hit Control V, and let's call this just contact page. Yep. Okay. Save as contact.html. All right. So as you can see here, these are all just sitting there on my desktop. We can make this look a little neater. Doesn't matter, but we can create a folder, call it demo. So just right click, create a folder, call it demo on your desktop, and just highlight all three of these files, put them in there. Okay, so now we have all these three in here. And what we want to do now. Oh, whoops. Okay. When you go back, I didn't think about that. When you go back, it's gonna say, do you want to keep these in your Notepad++ editor? But we actually just exit out, come back in demo, and we can open up the link demo, which is the main page. If you right click, go to edit with Notepad++. Okay, so we need another A tag, and it's gonna be a little different. So all what you do is create two more A tags, one for the about page, and we're gonna have empty href attribute for right now. I'm gonna explain that in just a second. So do your opening and closing A tags and empty href. And when you're done, so since we're not going to another URL, we're going to be going to another HTML file that's within the same folder. This is what's called a relative URL, not an absolute URL, which is up here, msn.com, google.com. Those are absolute URLs. We're going to be doing a relative URL. So all we have to do is just type in the name of the file, about.html, and then contact.html. All right, that's it. So we're going to save it, exit, and then open up the link demo. And as you can see, we still have, let me zoom in, we still have all four of the A tags. And if we click About, that goes to the About page. If we go back, click Contact, goes to the Contact page. Okay, so we're going to do a quick recap of kind of what we just learned. There were a few things. Okay, so first off, links are creating using the A element. So you'll code A opening tags and closing tags. We introduced an attribute for the first time, which is used on an HTML tag, which either modifies or adds to the element. There are other tags that we'll use soon that you'll see that do different things. And the href attribute in an A tag is what indicates the page you want to link to. Um, and if you're using a link that's within the same website, you want to use relative links rather than qualified URLs or absolute URLs. So instead of saying http www.blah.com, you can just use the actual file name, so about.html or contact.html that we just read about or that we just used. Okay, so hope you guys learned something, and I will see you next time.